Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 35 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. You can see me flying around a jungle looking for these green little bees here. That's right, I want to get a new type of bee. They're called tropical bees, and they're going to produce a new resource for me that I'm really going to like to have. So now that I've got that, let's head back to our beekeeping area, courtesy of my void bracelet. Hopefully I can get there. That's close enough. And I'm going to need another apiary, which is not a big deal. I'll probably craft one of those before I head out there. But then otherwise, there's some other stuff I'd like to get to today besides getting these tropical bees going. And I'll be back in just a bit to get that happening. Alright, brand new apiary for me. Gonna run back to my little area that I had set aside with a jungle biome in it right here. And I'll stick down my apiary over in this corner. Probably going to need some flowers, not a big deal. I happen to have one on me. There we go. And in there goes my tropical bees. Now, tropical bees give me a new type of resource, which should be pretty cool for me. And I'll get back to that in a little bit. Otherwise, I've been keeping pretty close eye on my bees, you know, letting them do their thing. Trying to keep most of it off camera. I know some of you guys don't like the beekeeping stuff. What I've decided I'm mostly trying to do here is basically, if I find anything new or exciting, then I'll, get on camera and show you. But otherwise, just assume I'm doing bees off camera, keeping them going. And pretty much what I'm targeting right now is trying to get some good resources out of them. And once I have the right kind of bee, then I'll wind up, doing what I can with the resources and automating the production of said resources. So collecting all the good stuff that my bees have been producing for me now. And I'll be back in a few. Alright, looks like my bees are happily buzzing along there. It turns out you don't need a flower, you actually need some vines nearby. So I just stuck a vine on the wall. Now there's one thing to warn you guys about. If I get too close to this little apiary here while it's running, and it's producing these awesome silky combs by the way, you will get poisoned. So don't spend a lot of time over here, otherwise you will regret it, I assure you. As you know, most of the time, poison won't kill you. It just brings you down to one health bar or one little half a heart. There are some items in forestry we can produce that'll cure poison. Specifically, you can see it here, curative mead. That's some good stuff, but I'm not going to be able to do anything with it just yet. I need some bees that I don't have at the moment. So for now, I'll just hang on to this awesome silky comb. We're going to need a lot of resources to get what we want to get out of that. So for now, I'm going to have to hold off on the silky comb, but I will get sure and make this thing run over here. Yeah, everything's good. Awesome. Okay, cool. These guys should kick on. Oh yeah, look at this. Silky propolis. Nice. And honey drops. And silky propolis, if we throw that back into a centrifuge, has a chance to get me a cool item. Looks like I was unlucky there. But otherwise, I'm going to go ahead and process all this bee stuff, and then I'll be back. Alright guys, finding myself back in the basement here. I think it's time to flip on our mass fabricator and just make a few more pieces of UU matter. So remember last episode I picked up, 7 of them? I just need a few more pieces, so gonna need 3 more, I want to say. Yeah, that sounds about right. So let's get 3 more pieces of UU matter here. You can see it cooking along pretty quickly. Our MFSU is filling up a nice amount from all the lava we started producing. Looks like we used almost all of it already. So, yep, good thing we started working on this now, huh? Wow, I can't believe I burned through all that lava already. Goodness. Alright, so once I get my 3rd piece of UU matter here, I'll use that same recipe I showed you last episode to convert my UU matter into iridium ore. Now, iridium ore is only attainable through UU matter. There's no other way to get it. So, there we go. Perfect. Let's craft it up. Ta-da! Our 8th piece of UU matter. Alright, I'm excited for this. Like I said, Quantum Suit, definitely one of my favorite items available in Industrial Craft. Let's see how we make it. So first we have to use our UU matter to create what's called an iridium plate. We're going to need 2 of these iridium plates, so I'm going to need a diamond for each of them. I'm going to need 8 advanced alloys, which won't be too big a deal. Just going to need some bronze and, some tin. That should be enough. And then some refined iron. Cool. And like I said, I'm going to need 8 of them, right? So 4 of everything. There we go. That'll get us 8 mixed metal ingots, which go promptly into our compressor. Thank you, sir. While that's cooking up, I'm going to need at least 2 diamonds. I know that. And our iridium plates can be used for quite a few things. The quantum suit set is pretty much the main thing, but all 4 pieces of it. I'm right now going after the quantum suit leggings. So I'm going to need another diamond for my Lapitron crystal here. I'm going to need a couple machine blocks and some glowstone. That's not a big deal. And then I'm going to need nano suit leggings, which is yet another diamond. So I'm going to need 2 more diamonds for this guy and 6 carbon plates. Oh my. So let's get ourselves out of here 2 more diamonds. That'll be the last of them. Definitely have to go mining now. And I'm going to go make some of this coal dust stuff. So throwing the coal into my rotary macerators here, and my logistics system will take care of routing everything where it needs to go. So like I said, I need 6 plates, huh? Well, that will be about half of what I need. So that's 3 of the plates so far. And did I grab all of that stuff to the point where it didn't know what to go anymore? Yeah, I did. So we'll just make sure everything's routing the proper distance. Well, actually, that's exactly what I need. 24 more. Awesome. Perfect. You guys done? You are. Cool. So while that cooks up, I'm going to make sure I've got some over here. I'm going to need some redstone and a couple pieces of lapis. Yep, that should be good. I'm going to need some more refined iron. So let's get the last of this stuff. And some cabling. Yep, I'm going to need 12 of these copper cables, which means some more rubber and copper. I should probably start teaching my automatic crafting table how to make circuits, but we'll get there. I'm probably going to have to really start working on some rubber as well. Rubber production is getting a little low, and maybe I'll work on that pretty soon. So for now, I need half of these guys to get turned into energy crystals. There we go. And one of those energy crystals is going to have to become a Lapitron crystal. Awesome. And the other energy crystal, I'm going to have to go grab the carbon plates. And those guys go down the side here to make nano suit leggings. Now these guys are just simply armor, but they're armor with an electric charge. So instead of, durability breaking your armor, this thing, the energy in the nano suit just eventually runs out, and then it's no longer protecting you. And you can simply recharge it inside an MFE or an MFSU. You'll be fine. But that's not what I'm going to do. I usually skip that step and move straight on to the awesomeness that is the quantum suit leggings. Now, as you saw, I'm going to need a pair of machine blocks. So let's get those 2 going. And then I'm going to have to combine my 2 diamonds with my iridium ore and my advanced alloys. Was this the proper recipe? It was not. For some reason, whenever I do that recipe where stuff's in the corner and the sides, I always mix them up. Alright, so iridium plates here go on the sides of my nanosuit leggings, and I'm going to need some glowstone dust on the bottom. And this guy here, and some machine blocks, and some nanosuit. Alright, quantum suit leggings. Nice. Now the quantum suit leggings, personal favorite of mine. Like I said, can't say enough good things about them. You must charge them in an MFSU. And there they go. So I'll let them charge up. They can hold a whopping 1 million energy units. So we're going to drain a lot of EU out of this thing. But I'm going to sort up my inventory and be back in a minute. Almost there. Come on, quantum suit. Nice. Alright, got my quantum suit leggings. Just got to equip them. Oh yeah, don't I look cool. Booyah. Let's go for a run, shall we? All you gotta do is run outside. By default, the double forward key, which makes you sprint in Minecraft, is what's set up. But I always change my config files so that the control key is the way you enable your quantum suit leggings. Just run along and hold control, and all of a sudden you're sprinting a lot faster than you were before. It definitely makes it easier to get around, and you can still have a lot of fun with your sword here to zip around. Woo, fun. Speaking of, let's go over here and see how my sheep are doing. Should have a pretty solid farm going on at the moment. Oh, dude, look at that. Yeah, it's been a while since I stopped by and visited my sheep, but I'm thinking I'm pretty close to needing a golden upgrade to this chest. Oh my. I don't think I have enough wool. What do you guys think? Yeah, definitely quite enough at this point. I might even turn off this little switch, but I'm going to let it keep going. I'm going to let all the chest fill up. I don't know, though. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah, seriously awesome. And the peat bog and everything is running just fine. I should probably connect up a couple logistics systems here. I'm getting close to the point where I'm going to want to probably get my bee production automated and then hook up a logistics system to that to make sure I always have enough wax capsules for what I want to do. But for now, I'm pretty happy. I might need to get my recyclers running again. It's actually something I really should do at this point because the problem right now is I used a lot of my scrap and I need more. So let's get our recyclers running again, and for that we're going to need our low voltage transformer. Not a big deal. And then, yeah, let's grab also some copper cabling. That should be cool. So let's see what we can do down here. I'm also going to need, I think, a terminus module and a logistics pipe. There we go. Terminus module. And do I have any extractor modules? I do. Perfect. Extractor. And I'll probably need a logistics pipe. I don't have any of them crafted at the moment, so I'll get some metal. Alright, that's cool. And make one. There we go. Logistics chassis Mark II with a terminus and an extractor. Cool. Let's head downstairs. Maybe I want two of them? Probably should have at least two going, shouldn't I? So there's another extractor and another terminus. Yeah, that's cool. I'm thinking 2 recyclers on the system would be a good idea. And I'm going to tell it just to recycle cobble for now. So that won't be a big deal, right? Bunch of items zipping around there. What do I have in terms of stuff? Not bad. There's my MFE. I'm going to connect... Well, that stuff's all in my way, isn't it? Alright, give me a minute to figure out how I want to do this. I could do this with a medium voltage and then a low voltage transformer, maybe, but we'll see. I'm going to think it through a sec. Alright, what I'm thinking here is just run it off the back of this line where all my machines are set up. So if I place this guy like so, there we've got the triple dots connected to the wire there. You see that? Triple dots right there. And then the single dot will come down and power my 2 recyclers. So getting a little bit close, cramped quarters here, but I'm sure I can squeeze it in somewhere. We'll run it back through the back wall. That's a little bit outside, but man, we'll see. Let's place down our basalt. I know it's cobblestone, not a big deal. So copper cabling here like this. Where do I want this guy to go exactly? I know it's nighttime, so I get to hear enemies all over the place. Hooray! Alright, this looks good to me. So I just got a little copper cable running off to the back of my recyclers. I'm going to set up on the top of these recyclers here. I don't like that being touching this thingy. That's not good. So let's get our wrench here and get that off. Just maybe need to move that over one or something. Maybe right here wouldn't be a bad spot for him. Shouldn't hurt if he's touching the MFSU. Nope, looks good to me. And then I'm just going to run my logistics pipes and some basic standard stone pipes. Where are you guys at? Stone transport, perfect. Just going to reconnect this thing, and I'm going to run it like this. Put my pipes here and here. So this logistics system should still be connecting, and it'll just pass by all these pipes and directly into these. And I'll get out my wrench and do the old terminus thing. I'm going to just send cobblestone down this route. So that's all that's going to get terminated here. And then an extractor module that pulls out the side. And the same thing here. Terminus for cobble. And an extractor that pulls out the side. Cool. So now, if I were to come over to here and throw a stack of cobble in, it should immediately be routed down this path. Cool. And as it gets recycled, it should come out the side. So this will just slowly, get me some more scrap, which is exactly what I'll need because I do want the quantum suit legs next, or the boots, I mean. Awesome. So recycler's back up and running. I'll be back in a few. Alright, now as you guys might have noticed, my automatic mining system here is doing just great for everything except maybe gold and diamonds. And how'd redstone and glowstone even get in here? I don't even know. Probably dropped them in the wrong slot. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, diamonds, having problems with. Good amount of obsidian, good amount of everything else, but diamonds? Yeah, I need help with those, and gold even. So how am I going to resolve the issue? Well, I've got that quarry running, which is all great. Don't get me wrong, I love the quarry. It's a great little device. It handles what it does. But it starts mining all the way at the top level and has to get all the way down to the good stuff. And by the time it gets down there, it really doesn't have that much room to find like diamonds and everything. So the quarry, while good, kind of is a lot of resources and not so much in terms of cherry picking. So let's go find our way into what we can build to get ourselves a bit more on the way of diamonds and gold and all that kind of stuff. We're going to have to mine way down at the bowels of the earth, but we're going to have to find a way to do it automatically. So let's see what we can do. So I'm over in my Thaumcraft room trying to figure out a good way to go mining with Thaumcraft. Well, I already showed you guys the Arcane Focus and the Arcane Bore, but I've got this new idea, the Arcane Focus Warder. Now remember we saw there was a couple different types of arcane foci that you can place in your arcane bore. There's the air one, which is a lot faster, right? Improved speed, but the same medium range and spread. And then there's earth with a wider range, or wider spread, but the same medium range. But I decided to go with water here, which has a long range and a medium spread. Another option that I could go with, and now that I'm thinking about it, I might want to, is fire. That has a medium range and spread, but it consumes low value items to increase the efficiency of the bore. Well, that sounds ideal, because I don't really need low-value items anymore, do I? So all I got to do is take my Arcane Focus here and place it inside this guy with a fire crystal. And I have a pretty good idea that this isn't about to work, but let's find out how right I am. So over here, place in our Arcane Focus and a fire crystal. Oh wow, it did work. Cool. I didn't think it would because it was damaged, but oh well, I'm not going to worry about that. So low value items are consumed to improve efficiency. And we're going to need some more arcane singularities. So I'm going to start cooking up some nitor and alumentium, and then I'll be back once I've got my arcane singularities ready. Alright, there's the nitor. Get it out of there, and now we're getting alumentium. And remember, you can use alumentum in your furnaces if you want. They're about 10 times as powerful as regular coal. So a good thing to cook up in your furnace, or maybe even your industrial craft generators if you wanted to. Nice. And now for the arcane singularities. Alright, Dire, it's all cool. We've seen the arcane bore before. It didn't impress us. Why are you going to do that? Well, what if I combined arcane bore with frames? Ooh, that, as a matter of fact, could be pretty cool. Especially if I decide to do it down around, I don't know, like Y level 10 or so. Yeah, that might really be cool, actually. So let's get a frame motor, which you guys have seen me craft before, and some support frames. I'm going to go request some of them, and I'll be back in a few when I'm ready to do everything that I want to do. So frame motors, support frame, we'll go with like 40 of them or so. That should be good. It was successful. And now I'll work on the frame motor, which is a complicated build, like you guys saw previously, but not a big deal. I'll get that off camera. So got myself a frame motor, and then I got myself a thermopile. Awesome. And I'm going to keep my diamond draw plate in here with my diamond handsaw along with all my other tools and items and whatnot. So let's see, I've got a thermopile, I got that cool stuff. I'm going to need some blue alloy wires. That should be enough of that. I could probably go with a lava bucket, wouldn't be a bad idea, and maybe a couple water buckets, so I'll make sure I have those guys ready. Hey look, a lava bucket, perfect. I'm just going to grab out of my bag here 2 empty buckets. I'll make them water buckets in a moment. And yeah, let's see. Do I have everything else I'm going to need? Hope so. A couple things I might want, but for now this is a good start. You know what else we don't want to forget is a battery box and a battery to get us jump started. So I could just hook up my thermopile down there and let it start cooking up and doing its thing, but I'm going to charge up a battery here and let it help out. So let's head downstairs. So I feel like I should build a new mining shaft to deal with this whole area I want to dig out. I kind of want to be like, far away from where I've been in the past and not be anywhere near I was before. So way over there is my house. I'm going to kind of head off in this direction, it seems. Like maybe like far away from where my mining caves are and whatnot. And maybe like find a good spot over here to call a new mining cave setup. Now a good way to do this is if I were to get out of my backpack here an electric jetpack. and hook up with, let's see, where's my destruction catalyst? Might be a good thing to start playing with. If I were to shoot straight down with my destruction catalyst, I wonder what I'd find. Oh, that's not bad. And the jetpack here is going to help make sure I don't fall into any lava. Ooh, crystals. That's cool. Hey, there's some diamonds. That's hopefully a good sign. Where am I at Y level wise? Still 20? So let's get down a little bit deeper. There we go. Hitting rock bottom now. I'm going to clean up my inventory because obviously I have a bunch of it, and I'll be back in a sec. Alright, hopefully I picked a good spot here. I just covered up some of the bedrock down here, wound up around Y level 10, and I'm going to dig out a big old spot with my destruction catalyst. So let's do that for now. I'm just going to start off like that. And how do we look down here? Not bad, huh? Cool. Alright, looks like it's getting a little dark out, so we're going to want to sleep through the night. I'll go take care of that and be right back. Alright, step one for me is going to be power generation. I think that should be like the #1 step to do here. So first I want to get an infinite water source set up so I don't have to run back and forth. That'll be done like so. And yeah, I know there's resources here. I'm not worried about them at the moment. That should be a pretty nice infinite water source to get set up. And then right here is where I'm going to set up my thermopile with power generation. This way we can start generating power ASAP. And then as I'm building, we're generating power, right? Makes some good sense, I think. So clean up this big old mess of stuff. Right here is where I'll have my thermopile with some water underneath it. #1. And then here I'll place my thermopile like so. And I'll place the lava source as far away from me as possible. So right there. And I could have placed it under the thermopile if I really wanted to, but not a big deal. Water. And then 2 more water sources like so. And then I can get these buckets out of my inventory and not have to worry about them for the next few minutes. And then above the lava source block there is where I'm going to run my blue trick cabling maybe. Well, yeah, why not? Or I could just do it like so. Yeah, that might be even easier. So we'll leave that guy up. That's fine. Blue alloy wiring, you can run straight over to this guy, I think. Let's put down our battery box. Do we want him here? Yeah, that might not be bad. But he needs to run like to there. Cool. And look, it's starting to generate power already. But let's give it a little boost to help it out. Thank you, Blue Trick Battery. And you can now also go into the bag. So now we've got power generation. Now let's look at running that power line over to our frame motor. So let's set it up like this. How do I want this guy to run? Thinking like our frame motor should be here. And I need my screwdriver. I think it's in my bag. Hope it's in my bag. Is it in my bag? Nope. Left it back at my base. I'll be right back. There we go. Screwdriver. And I want my frame to head in that direction. So basically what's going to happen is we're going to place a frame here, support frame, and let's get a lever to simulate this because testing is good. You guys know I love testing, right? You should by now. So we'll put our frame here, and yeah, I think that looks good, right? Hey, look, it dragged the torch with it. Didn't even intend for that to happen, but you get the gist. Or do I want this down 1 more layer? Might want it down 1 more. I think I do. So let's take care of that. Move this guy down 1 more, like that. Frame motor goes here. Or is that going to be a problem with the flooring? Yeah, that might be a problem with the flooring. Well, I could always, of course, if I really wanted to be concerned about flooring. Destruction catalyst, you're up, buddy. There we go. And some lighting, you know, just to make stuff look good. Because I want this thing to work out pretty well. Yeah, that looks cool. So again, frame motor goes here, and we'll reorient it that direction. And then something like this. And then our arcane bore can sit up here. Where is that guy? Right there? Cool. And we're going to need our arcane tinkering tools, which I don't think I have on me either. Of course I don't. So let's give it a try. Our arcane singularities go in here, the arcane bore goes here, and all this thing really needs at this point is a little click in the direction we want it to go. So now at this point we're pretty close. We're going to harvest all this stuff right in front of it, which would not be good. So we're going to want to hit the lever here to run some... Oh yeah, I need some power, of course. And I'm thinking I might need this guy to be down here like this. Let's do it down here, because we want to make sure that our frame is not touching those cables. So let's give it a try now. Cool. It's working. Awesome. So that looks good. So far we're in pretty good shape. All I really need to do is get more frames and start moving off in this direction. So what should happen now is we should... Yeah, look at that. Looking pretty fancy, right? Be able to move this guy down like this. Now if I have this facing this way, it's going to mine off in this direction, and that'll be good. I think one more bump forward. Yeah, look at that. He'll clean up that whole thing, and then what's going to happen when he's done? Well, that's for the next few minutes to figure out. But for now, we're just happy that he's facing a direction, and he's moving on the frame. So first step, good. Alright guys, I'm doing a little bit more thinking through this build, and I'm just adjusting things a little bit. Might want to put this guy here, wrenched off in that direction. Gonna have to move this stuff again. Not a huge deal. No. Big mess. Bad. Give me a sec. Alright, so here we go. I think I've got what I want now. So what I've decided is I want the arcane bore to be sitting right here on this guy. And then I'm going to need an item to collect all the materials that the arcane bore picks up, right? So let me just get all this stuff out of my inventory here. It's becoming a nuisance. And tinkering tools it over to the right direction. There we go. And let's do the old, this guy. So I just need to get a few frames on here to get this thing going. So see how it's moving? Cool. Now right behind this arcane bore is where it's going to deposit its items, and in there I'm going to place down the relay. Remember I crafted that a few episodes back but then decided against using it? Well, here's where I'm going to use it. What the relay does, as you recall, is it'll act as an inventory for any items to land in, and then our pneumatic tubes here will shoot the items back off in this direction. How cool. And where do I want those items to land, you might ask? Good question. Give me a moment while I think that through. Alright, here's me being picky again. I'm changing it up again. Relay is going to instead go here, facing down. There it goes. With our pneumatic tubes going like that. Cool. Now the only thing is this relay is not connected to a frame. So in order to get that to happen, I'm going to have to manually put a couple frames here, here, and here. That should be fine. That'll continue moving along with it. Alright. So let's give this guy a try. What should happen now is all I have to do is place a frame here and a pneumatic tube here, and it should move the whole thing. Perfect. Next up, I'm going to craft a deployer, and as you can see, I've got the recipe listed here. Deployer, cool. Remember, deployers right-click whatever's in their inventory. Awesome. Let's go place these guys where they're going to be in this little system idea that I've come up with here. Deployer will go here and here. There. But of course they're not going to be facing that direction. Oh no, they're going to be facing this direction. And the cool thing about deployers in the front of most Red Power 2 blocks is frames kind of know that they're probably going to be getting used in conjunction with these blocks. So frames will not move the front of these blocks. If they're connected to the sides or the back, they'll move them. But if they're connected to the front here, they won't. So if I were to place some support frames here and some pneumatic tubes here, watch what happens when I test out this neat little system that I'm going to do. Let's get this thing off. Well, it kind of did what I wanted it to do, except I didn't have it all wired up yet. There. I want probably something just like this. 1, 2, 3, with a lever here. Or I could just run it up here if I wanted to. And let's see this thing run now. If I run this lever and this guy is all set up. So if we send a single redstone signal to the deployer with a pneumatic tube and a support frame, and this guy hooked up. Let's see what happens. Ta-da! Ta-da! Notice what it's doing is it's placing down a support frame here and a pneumatic tube here, and then it's moving everything forward a block, and that is cool. If you don't think that's cool, I don't know. You crazy. Let's move it back a little bit, though, because it's now moved way further. Well, it doesn't really matter. Forward's fine. Cool. So let's recap. Everything's looking good. Right? Yeah, I'm pretty happy with everything so far. We're just going to have to make sure there's a good wide berth in front of it, because I don't have anything yet that's going to clean up the front of it. So what's going to happen, eventually it's going to hit this wall and get stuck. That's going to eventually be a problem, but I'm not worried about that just yet. But for now, let's get a chest going here. I'm thinking an iron chest would probably do it, or a gold, something along those lines. Should probably eventually go with a nether chest or an ender chest or whatever, but yeah, we'll figure it out. For now, I'd like to test this little guy. So let's get about 80 U. And I'm low on gold, of course, which is half the reason I'm down there. So let's get a regular old chest and put one together. So chest, iron around, iron chest, straight down here to the pneumatic tube system that I've got set up. And I could just place it right here if I really wanted to. That should work fine. So now the last thing to do is get out from here the saw. Now there's one more type of block that I haven't shown you guys functioning on top of frames. I showed you what happens when you put covers on there, but I haven't shown you yet what panels do. Panels on frames are a little bit different than covers. Number one, they look a little bit more flush like that. You can just kind of see the outer edges, but they're meant for doing two things. Number one, attaching red alloy wire. So I've got red alloy wire on my panel here, but I can't place it on my frame. I need a cover to go on my frame. And it'll also hold other things. For example, a lever. It should hold, but we'll see what happens. So for now, I'm going to attach this and turn this guy on. Cool. I'm just going to clear these blocks out of the front here, just because it's kind of in the way. And everything should be getting shot through the relay. So it should be consuming items. And like it said, it's going to, gobble up and consume any low-quality items like cobblestone and dirt and stuff to increase its efficiency. So note that this little blue bar has hardly moved at all yet, which is really a good sign. It means we're not going to need a lot of arcane singularities to keep this thing running. And our relay here really hasn't dumped out much stuff, but there's some, it did get a few pieces of cobble, probably the ones that I manually broke, but there's some redstone, so that's cool. It did find some of that. I'm going to let that guy run for a few minutes there, and then I'll be back to show you guys us moving this forward. But I'm not quite done with this system yet. There's some more that I'm going to want to do, obviously. This is just like a first run draft type of deal. I want to get that gold because, I'm low on gold. Looking good. Oh yeah, look at that, guys. So cool to see. Still digging. Look at that. So cool to watch. Definitely one of the neater items in Thaumcraft, I think. Very fun to watch this thing dig through here. I know it's a little dark, I apologize, but if I place down a torch, it would just get sucked up by the arcane bore. And you should note that it's sucking items up within a 5x5 area here. So you can see 2 to the left of the bore and 2 to the right of the bore, 2 below and 2 above. So we're hanging out, right down here around Y level 9 at the feet, or at my head here. So that's, 8 or so that we're mining. I think we're at a decent Y level. Should have a good decent amount of diamonds going on. And then, yep, I think it looks good. So I'm going to want to move this guy over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks in order for him to start mining again and clean out the next row. So we'll try that in a moment, but yeah. About 5 clicks forward once it's done mining. Oh yeah, and look at that. We only used up half of a singularity. That's cool. Not even a full one yet. We still have a little bit more to go, but that's cool. Alright, looks like we got most of that thing cleaned out. So I'm going to turn this guy off, and let's run down there. Now, right now, we're at, where are we at? 194. Okay, and I'm going to head off all the way deep down into this cave to the very end, and we got up to 154. So that mines out about 40 blocks worth, which is what I've also discovered in my test world, by the way. And I'm going to plant some torches on the left wall, which is the opposite of what I normally do, but I'm about to mine the other direction there. And then I can come down here and see that there's some gold laying around. That's neat. But did we get any diamonds out of this run? I don't know if we did. We'll find out in a second, though. Nope, no diamonds. That's okay. We're about to do it. So 5 more clicks forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What's going on here? Am I out of power or something? I might be out of power. No, I'm good with power. You know what? I might have gotten stuck on the roof in front of me. Yes, I did. That's exactly what happened. I got stuck somewhere. Yep, dragging torches along. Not a big deal. Like I said, this is a first draft, and I will be back in a few minutes to upgrade this thing to something a little bit better, because I need to clear out what's in front of it, and I need to do a few other things probably, but oh well. So let's see if that's better now. Can I move this guy forward a little bit more? Alright, is that 5, or did I miscount? Nope, that looks like 5, so now I should be able to flick this guy on, and off it goes again. Awesome. I'm going to place torches right about here. That looks like a good spot for them. And we're collecting items again, so I'll be back in a few. Alright guys, and unfortunately this looks like a pretty good wrapping up point. We've hit towards the end of the episode here. So come back next time. I'm going to finish up this little system. Maybe finish it. I don't know. I have a couple ideas on which direction I want to go. But we're already collecting a good amount of resources. None of the gold and diamonds I was hoping for, but I'm sure there's some down here somewhere. But anyway, this is Direwolf20's signing off on episode 35 of Direwolf20's Let's Play. Next episode, I'll set up something to clean up down here, and who knows what else. So take it easy, guys.